Most people are not good at coming up with good passwords or even coming up with unique passwords, and that's completely understandable. Um, it's really hard to remember a bunch of different passwords. It's even harder to remember them if they are something that doesn't involve personal information that an abuser might be able to guess. Um, and so, yeah, most people's passwords are very bad, and most people reuse the same password or a couple of passwords everywhere. This is a problem because if anyone with bad intentions, whether a hacker, an abuser, anyone else, is able to get your password for one account, then they can get into all of the accounts that use that password. And so there's a few things that you can do about this. One of them is using a password manager. And what a password manager is it's a kind of vault that stores all your passwords for you and will fill them in automatically and will generally be able to generate strong passwords for you. So for instance, 20 random characters as a password. And that way you only have to remember one password, which should be a very strong password, and the rest of them it will remember for you. There are password managers that exist in the cloud, meaning that your data is on a company server somewhere. And there's ones that are self-stored, meaning that the data is, it's stored on your actual device. And I think the traditional cybersecurity view is that it is more secure to have them stored on your device, because that way, somebody can't get that data by hacking into your online accounts or getting the company's data in some kind of leak or hack. And that is true for a lot of people. For some people, though, for instance, people where an abuser or stalker has physical access to their devices, it may be safer to use one that's in the cloud. And then password managers are not necessarily the right option for everybody. Like if you're experiencing really intense surveillance from a stalker or an abuser, then that, or from anyone else, and you think that they can read what is happening on your device and also might be able to get into your accounts, then maybe storing passwords in this way is not the right call for you. In which case, you still need to know how to come up with good passwords. One technique that has caught on a lot among cybersecurity professionals is the idea of a passphrase, which is a way to pick a more memorable good password, where you think of like 4 random words, for instance, that you can remember, and then you make those words with spaces between each one the password. And the idea is that it will be easier to remember because these are actual words, but it's still very secure because it's a long password and not one that contains any of your personal information, like a date of birth, your child's name, anything like that in it. That's part of picking a good passphrase too. If you do go with password managers, There are both free and paid options. Many companies have both a free and paid option. LastPass, for instance, is a popular and pretty high quality one that has both. As with everything, the paid versions have more features and better features. Another thing to think about is multi-factor authentication. And what that is if you've ever had an account where after you enter your password, they send you a verification code that you also have to type in. That's multi-factor authentication. And there are a lot of different ways to do multi-factor authentication, including codes sent to phone numbers or email addresses, including authenticator, like the YubiKey. That's YUBIKEY, which is a little hardware device that can fit on your keychain and plug into your phone or other device to prove that you are who you say you are. So depending on what you're concerned about, whether that is someone having access to your possessions or someone being able to read your phone, different options might be the right call in your situation.